Hi folks, so today I'm going to talk about intermittent fasting and what is it? So it's a buzz, people talk about it all the time, and basically what it is you're eating on a schedule, on a window of contracted time. So let's say that you go to bed at 10 o'clock and you get up at 6 a.m. In the event that you would get up and have breakfast, you would have fasted approximately 8 hours. And that was the time that you were sleeping. So to elongate that, let's say you skip breakfast and you don't have anything to eat until 10 a.m. the next day, considering your last meal was right before bed, so let's say 10. So that means that the time that elapsed between one meal and the next. So there's lots of different ways of doing intermittent fasting. Some of the most common are the 16-8, which means you go 16 hours fasting and then 8 hours of eating. And then there's the one meal a day, which is 23 hours of fasting and 1 hour of eating. And that means that all of your meals, all of your calories, everything, snacks, everything, only can go in this period of time. So you can't eat outside of this window. So if you're 16-8, this is the time that you get to eat. This is the time that you get to eat. You can't do snacks all day long, otherwise you're not fasting anymore. You can't drink juice. You can't have things that have calories. So, and so here's the thing about this. This is a very powerful way of conquering insulin resistance. And we showed this before, but every time you eat, you get a surge of insulin, and it goes like that. So if we want to knock out a couple of surges, or we want to knock out a lot of surges, then we have a lot less insulin resistance. There's a lot less time for insulin to be active. And so now, finally, my assistant, Steve, found some great research, and he printed it out for me. Intermittent fasting may put type 2 diabetes in remission, small study finds. After intermittent fasting, these three men no longer take insulin for diabetes, but experts stress caution. Therapeutic use of intermittent fasting for people with type 2 diabetes as an alternative to insulin. So, the research is starting to catch up with the things that we've been talking about, which is when you contract this window down of consumption of calories, you have less surges of insulin throughout the day, and so your body becomes more sensitive to the insulin. Insulin resistance happens when you're eating too much, too often, and eating the wrong things. So even if you do a 23-1, let's say you do a 23-1 for 5 days. You do Monday through Friday, you only eat dinner. On the weekend, you eat lunch and dinner, or you eat breakfast and lunch, whatever it is. The foods that you're consuming in that window, although they would be better to be quality, healthy foods, even if you eat a little bit of junk, your body is going to be more sensitive to that, and you're going to have a better effect metabolically. Now, what we haven't talked about, what we haven't done in the research or saw in the research, is when you kickstart this process. And so one of the members in our group, or two of the members in our group, did 5-day fasts, water fasts. One of the members had a very high fasting glucose level of 253 or 256. It was high. And after 5 days, he was in the normal range. Amazing. No drugs, no insulin, no diabetic medication, nothing. And then he's doing this now. So he's doing intermittent fasting, and I haven't even gotten the nutrients in there right now to support this. But he's doing this, and his blood sugars are all in the just about the normal range. He has a couple of little peaks. I saw he had one that was 138, and he's charting everything for me. And the data is good because it supports what is going on in terms of what happens metabolically. Now, he also had a very high fasting insulin level of 10, which is over double what we need to we would like to see. So intermittent fasting is powerful. And like the research says, it could be a key to unlocking metabolism in terms of how your body works. So when you there you go. So when that happens, when you get the metabolism working the way it's supposed to, you're no longer broken. So your body starts to go into ketosis over this span of time. Not deep ketosis, it's not really long enough, but a little bit of ketosis. Ketosis means when you're in ketosis, that means your insulin level has to have gone down. When your insulin level is up, it absolutely stops you from going into ketosis. So a good check, an inexpensive way to see if your insulin levels are normal or low, is to just do a keto stick for urine and see if you're in ketosis or not. So intermittent fasting works. We know it works. The data is now starting to come out. And so the thing is, here's the thing about using caution. Nobody makes money when people do intermittent fasting. Let's face it, there's no money to be made. You know, people getting well is not really what companies that sell medications for diabetes are really looking for. They're looking for you to take medication forever. You are a customer. You understand? That's the model, is you're sick enough to need their stuff for the rest of your life. So you are a customer. How much does it cost to eat less food? How much does it cost to do intermittent fasting? How much does it cost to do a fast? It's negative money. Like it's actually less. So on the weeks that I do fasts, I don't buy food. So it's crazy. It's a quantum leap in what is being done now. And it can and will help people if they're pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetic. It can and will help them. It's just a matter of them implementing. It's not the most pleasant thing to do a fast. It's not even the most pleasant thing to do intermittent fasting, but you get used to it. Some people kind of do it automatically, which is they say, oh, I skip breakfast, I'm never hungry. If you're not hungry, don't eat breakfast, especially if breakfast is donuts and muffins, pancakes, and cereal with, all this stuff is not good anyway, so you're better off skipping it. And if sandwiches and pizza and whatever is on the menu for lunch is going to be there and it's not a healthy lunch, skip that too. And then just eat a good dinner. Eat a good healthy dinner and you'll be way further ahead. And so this kind of stuff is the leading edge in the thinking, because we've gone way over the other way. So the last count, the last numbers that I saw, there are 100 million people that are diabetic or pre-diabetic, and most of them don't know it. So I have a lot of videos up about insulin, getting your insulin level checked. It should be a standard. It is not a standard, but it very well should be. So everyone should get their insulin level checked. If you're hearing me here, get your insulin level checked. Get your insulin level checked. Fasting in serum, and that will help you know where you're at, how hard your body is working to maintain things. So intermittent fasting, powerful tool. It works. It's effective. It's inexpensive. And if you have questions, you have comments, you need help, this group is for that. Ask questions. They have people who have done fasts and they've put their information on the group. They've said, yes, I did this, here's what it was like. And it's not always easy. I mean, it's a change from metabolism, but your body is actually conditioned to do it. There are reflexes in your body. There are things in your body that allow you to do these things. Everybody is fearful of it. They think, if I skip some meals, I'm going to get sick and die. You're not. All the body fat that you have is food. So unless you're a 5%, 2% body fat person, you could do a fast. If you're a 5% or 2% person, you're not in this group and you don't need my help. So that's just, these problems don't occur among that population of people. So you can do a fast, you can do intermittent fasting, and you can take control of your situation because it is controllable, it is manageable, and I think curable. So that's what this video is about. It's about intermittent fasting, it's about fasting, and it's about doing things. So I talk to people all the time. They go, well, I'm afraid. I get it. You're afraid. Do it anyway. So what's the worst that could happen? You have to eat. Okay, well, you were going to eat anyway. I mean, so what's the big deal? So do a fast. Get the guide. The guide is in this group under the files section. It is absolutely free. It's a fasting guide. It tells you all the reasons why you should do a fast, the benefits, how you do it, the proper salts to put in your water so that you don't have issues with potassium or sodium or magnesium. Just follow that. It's easy, it's doable. It'll be much easier if you just follow the guide and read the guide. And then, then it is a grind for the first couple days to do it. But then after that, we can safely manage, we can eat, and we can enjoy the holidays that are coming up if we're doing intermittent fasting right. And you want to have Thanksgiving dinner with your family, boom, done. That's your meal. Have all of your food in an hour's time, and that's it. You're done. Okay? That's it. Have a good night. We'll talk to you next time. Ask questions, comments. Also, like and share. And I put stuff on YouTube as well. I have a couple of YouTube channels, and we're trying to get a community of people to start to think and act like we do, because we're trying to get people well. We have a lot of people who are sick. Thanks.